What's happening, everybody? As usual, I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope everyone is taking care of themselves, and more importantly, I hope everyone's taking care of each other. Read a really cool article, and it really aligns with everything I've been talking about over the past couple of Facebook Lives. And when I do read something, I do like to share it. And when I read this article by John Maxwell, I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. And it had to do with can-do people and why there's so few of them in the world. And he had listed a bunch of things, and I just wanted to add my own take on each bullet that he made. But when you talk about can-do people, like the first thing that they came up with the first thing that he discussed is that they completely disown their helplessness. And what does that mean? That means that they're constantly out finding solutions. If their passion is that powerful, they are not going to focus on the problem. They're going to focus on the solution. And to me, that's powerful. That really is. Now, think about this. Like, as we go through it, is that the person that you are? Especially once we get out of this pandemic, is that the person you could be? The second point was, they take the bull by the horns. And what does that mean? That means they're absolutely fearless. They will not let anything get in their way. They will just go after it. I mean, when you have a passion, you have a purpose that you are so driven by, that you are so obsessed with, that you are so addicted to, it's absolutely parallel to make sure that nothing gets in your way. No matter what obstacle gets in your way, no matter what type of struggle gets in your way, they're going to go for it because they know that's what's necessary. That's can do. The third one, the one I really liked, and the one that I used to do all the time, it's entering a zone which he calls the no whining zone. And the no whining zone is interesting because this is something I talk about a lot. Just stop complaining. Like, if your current situation is not something you're happy with, don't complain. Don't blame others. Do something about it. Like, if you are truly unfulfilled and you are a can-do person, do something about it. But don't complain and don't whine about it. Just make it happen and get it done. The fifth point. What was the fifth? No, there was a fourth point. Oh, put yourself in someone else's shoes. And what does this mean? This is something that I talk about empathy all the time. You have to empathize with other situations and think about if you were in that situation, how you would handle it, how you would go about it, how you would help someone else. A can-do person is not just about themselves. It's about helping others. To me, it's elevating others. And I thought that was really cool. And the next one was nurture your passion. What does that mean? Well, for a can-do person, they don't get burnt out. And I want you to think about this. Think about the people who do get burnt out. Are they doing what they love? Are they truly doing what they should be doing? Are they making the best of their life, or are they just going along with the flow, and eventually they just get burnt out because the job they're in or what they're doing with their life is not their passion and their purpose, and eventually they just get consumed by it, and it eats them up from the inside out, internally, physically, mentally. I thought that was really I thought that was really something incredible, because it's something that I always talk about. You think about why people get burnt out, why people are unfulfilled. Walk the second mile was the sixth one. This one I loved. Because what does that mean? That means don't set one goal. Like, don't set one goal. Exceed all of your expectations. That's what can-do people do. They want to exceed. So if they set something, they set a goal, they set out to achieve something, they really want to get past, they really want to achieve, but more importantly, go past their expectations. Get more out of it, because then you want to do more, and then it becomes more passionate, and that becomes habitual. I mean, think about it. If you're constantly not only going through the barriers, but you're also trying to exceed the expectations that you had, it means you're onto something really, really, really cool. And the next one was stop stewing and start doing. I mean, think about that. How many people come up with an idea? They come up, they identify their passion, they identify the purpose, they truly want to do it. However, they don't take action. And why don't they take action? Because of fear, anxiety, chaos, confusion. They just don't know how to go about it, or they just don't have what it takes to take that leap of faith. Can-do people have that leap of faith? And the next one is go with the flow. What does that mean? It just doesn't mean go with the flow through life. For a can-do person, this means adjust and adapt to change. And how much have we talked about that in the past couple of weeks? Like, especially coming out of this pandemic. Think about how much we have to adapt. And who's ready for it? Who's ready for it mentally? Who's made a plan for when we come out of this pandemic and the lockdown is over and the economy opens up again? And the people who are unemployed or furloughed, I sympathize 100%. I'm building a business myself, but I've been implementing and doing the things necessary in order to put that into action once this pandemic is out of the way. But I've been doing the things necessary. Whether it's reading, whether it's recording the podcast, whether it's, I'm getting ready to launch on the 19th. I got them double the amount of episodes that they needed in order for me to launch. What am I on? No, I can't even remember. But the next one was follow through to the end. Now, what does this mean? It means get started and then finish. Think about how many people have tried something new and the first failure they hit, the first obstacle they hit, they get discouraged and they quit and they give up. They give up on that dream, they give up on that passion, and they revert right back to their comfort zone. I mean, think about that. That's a majority of people. I mean, how many people truly give up? I mean, why is it that there's 1%, 2%, 3% of the population that are continuously, think about this, the wealthiest people in the world, they don't stop. They're coming up with new ideas. They don't just start, but they make sure they finish, because once they hit that goal, they're on to their next goal. Once they hit their first initiative, they're on to their next initiative, but they're constantly implementing and constantly growing. My God. And the last thing is that these can-do people, which we all can be, they truly do expect a return on their commitment. They're truly committing. They're truly committing to the point where they understand that this is so important to them that they know they're going to reap a reward. And the reward it doesn't have to be financial. Remember, a reward, achieving something, it means success. It means something different to all of us. But if that reward is they're able to give back to the world, that reward is they're able to give more to the family, that reward is they're able to be an influence on others and change their life. I mean, my God, think about it. So that can-do attitude is, I know we talked about, I know a few Facebook Lives ago, I talked about remove the word I can't. Well, that's why this article resonated with me so much. It was so powerful because the points are really there. The points are being made. So think about it. Like, if you truly wanted to be successful in a craft, what would you do? You would go and work with someone. Thank you, Lauren. You would go and work with someone or surround yourself with the people who are already doing it, right? Get around those can-do people. Who is it that's successful in your circle or somebody that you know? Find out. Is this what you're doing? Is this what you're constantly preaching to yourself every day? Starting with coming up with solutions, not complaining, never getting burnt out because you're so passionate about it, never giving up because you know that you're going to reap a reward and you'll be able to give so much back to the world. To me, this is extraordinary stuff. It really is. And I don't know. I think I'm going to do a YouTube video on this because I think this is something I want to share with the world. I think it's very important when you learn things from successful people. And reading this article it really, really hit home. It hit home with me so much. I mean, I was literally walking in a parking lot this morning after I did my workout, get my steps in, and I'm just flipping through. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm reading and this article just bam, like hit me like a ton of bricks. And I thought it was fantastic. And I hope these points hit home with you. I truly do. I hope you get a lot of value out of it because I want to share these things with you so you start implementing, so you start putting these into motion. Lay, I already went through these awesome points, so I hope you're going to watch the replay. But these are vital. These are big, especially adapting to the new landscape. Let's all become can-do people. It's a reset, a level playing field. Let's make it happen. And I hope this was of value to you. I mean, I could have just went and shared the article, but it's the engagement. But John Maxwell, he laid this out. He laid this out fantastic. And each one of them resonated with something I've said in the past. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, I've got to share this with people. It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. So I hope you found a lot of value in this. To all the mothers out there, have a wonderful day tomorrow. And remember, elevate yourself, elevate others. Babam. I love you all. Peace. And I will speak to you on Monday. Have a great night, everybody. It's beautiful here. Nice breeze. I hope you guys are staying safe. Have a great night.